the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Primetime. Tirico along with Greg Olsen. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. He's got room to run right at the start. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 20. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they've loved that play to start the game. And, man, you can see why.
On play action, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end likely downfield. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 29.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll run. It's out of the gun, and it's Mitchell.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 20, here's second down and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That is part of the 3. And he is out of bounds. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up first and goal.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Mitchell on his defense. Backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
We'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Headed left, buying time. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
A 6-yard loss.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Third and goal for Jackson. Forced out wide. He'll try to run for it. Oh, making defenders look silly out there. On his way into the end zone. Lamar Jackson Touchdown, Ravens. The PAT, up and good. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now return, coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Call it a gain of 13. First down, L.A.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
Cowboy 80. Panther Street. Panther Street. Check out.
Once again, it's Corum. It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Throwing on second down is Milton. First, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Liking 18. Ready.
To the air on third down is Milton. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Mevis, good on the extra point. And the Rams come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Project S. This ain't what you want.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit up.
They'll run with the second-round pick in the April draft. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
Brings up second and 4.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 4. Jackson looking to throw. Try to set up the screen to Mitchell. Whoa! And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Second down. Jackson sending it downfield for Likely. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. 59 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Design run here with Jackson. And he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
Here we go. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
On the ground, it's Cora who starts the drive. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Milton. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Milton from the gun here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. That is taken at the 10. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
Real quick, ready? Ready?
Play action now. Jackson. Rolling right. Open right side is likely. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They face 2nd down and 7. Now a toss play, running left. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Mitchell. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the zone read, it's Mitchell. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, and now a much more advantageous spot.
So you find yourself in second and long. What you're thinking here as the play caller is just get this into a manageable third down situation. But after that rush attempt and that big gain, they now find themselves in third and short, which makes it nice. They can run or pass.
Coming up, and that's the tight end likely. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on third down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Superman, that's Bateman downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Jackson going to give it up on a pop pass. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll work now on second and 4. Back to throw, Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A run on first and goal. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Move back to the 10. They'll try here on second and goal. Now Jackson, this a designed run. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and goal coming up.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
On third down, Jackson. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Ravens. His first touchdown of the new campaign. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. From the gun, here's Milton. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. That is a big gainer for the Rams. 33 yards.
60-60. 18 Cardinal.
Milton now to throw on first and 10. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
First carry here for Kyren Williams. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On the handoff, this is Cora. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Remaining here in this first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Cora. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Japanese Timberwolves. Let's go.
Try and throw with Milton. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Foye Oluokun.
Milton's pass. Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And not much room to speak of there. He'll get this one only to about the 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Yo. Hey. Get hot.
Back near his goal line. Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third, they need 8. Now Jackson. They'll look to set up the screen here. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Baltimore, 1st down.
Now Mitchell. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's Jackson. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
3rd and a yard.
Hey, middle.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll pick up the first down as he moves this up to the 29-yard line. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a give, but here comes the reverse. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Alpha, what?
Throwing Jackson. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
And he's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw, and defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense. You've got to capitalize and make those plays.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time?
Yo. Alpha.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. They'll start this on the ground with Cora. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, kicking his way forward for a gain of about 4. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Come on. Hey, Mikey, Panther 11.
In motion is Hunter. Milton to the air on 2nd down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
You can feel the frustration starting to build, can't you? It's in their body language. It's how they're getting in and out of the huddle. There's no tempo. There's no energy. Somebody needs to get that huddle, look them in the face, and say, hey, guys, we can either sleepwalk through the rest of this game and lose, or somebody be the jump start that we need to really find our rhythm and time.
He was looking for Blake Cora out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Rams punting unit coming out as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
Hey, report. Come on.
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
3rd down and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. So the drive will end there, and on comes Tresway to punt on 4th down. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
A throw right side is intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready up. Cut 19. Cut 19. Get it. 19. Tiger. 19. Tiger. Ready.
They'll go play action here with Milton. He'll air it out down the middle. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Here's a handoff to Cora. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Rams 1st down.
Ready.
First down. A gain of 14. First down.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Cora. Room up the sideline at the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
A gain of 31 yards.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. In motion is Hunter. They run over center with Williams. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 9.
Here we go.
They'll run straight ahead with Cora. And he'll work this down inside the 35. Foye Olorku with the play.
Ready.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down.
60.
On the play fake, it's Milton. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that one just short of the crossbar. Couldn't quite get there. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit. Now Jackson on the move. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 25-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed, great run.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Derek Hall in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
That's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4. That is Musgrave, the man in motion.
Broncos.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. That one thrown behind his target. And it'll be incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Down the field, it's Hawk on that left sideline. He gets free. And what after the catch, he goes all the way. 95 yards. Touchdown, Rams. Now, the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams draw closer here. It's 21-14. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Design run here with Jackson. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go. You can see why.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson. short pass taken in by the tight end. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
A shotgun snap, and they give it to Mitchell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's 3rd and 2.
180! 180! You. Sit up!
Now it's Jackson. Trying to set up the screen to Mitchell. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. This brought in out past the 20. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Once again, it's Corum. And he's going to have that 1st down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, L.A.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
They fake the give, and now it's Milton. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll run the toss to Corum. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up 3rd down.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Oh, do you believe it? It is blocked. So it is back to a 1-point game now in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Running very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Lamar going to work from the pistol. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
3rd and long for Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, right?
Here's a handoff to Corum running left. Inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Blake Corum. Touchdown Rams. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Get out of the gun is Milton. This is Hunt. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On play action, here's Jackson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
13.
2nd down. Jackson. Pass caught left side by Likely. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
That's good.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Report! Report! Alpha.
3rd and short, Jackson. Coming open, that's the tight end likely. And he will score. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Baltimore. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, but we got ourselves a ball game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
To the air, it's Milton. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
Here comes 2nd down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Hurt. Ready?
They'll stick to the ground.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
18 Robert. 19 70 Rangers.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down. Trying to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
19 Lions.
On 2nd down, here's Milton. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Ravens has it.
I'll tell you what, Mike, when he comes to the sideline, his buddies on defense, they're going to be giving him a hard time. That's one where you get that close to the goal line, you got to score, but either way, he puts his offense in great shape there on the 1-yard line. High likelihood they're able to punch it in and take advantage of that huge fumble return.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point is good, and the Ravens will go up by 7.
Ravens 35, Rams 28.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
60. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Milton. Going for it all. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Top 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. That's caught. Outfield by Hunter. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Okay, they get the timeout call. They got one big play. Can they do it again? Don't go anywhere.
Ready?
1st and 10.
Gannett, Cup 19. Cup, Panther 60. Trap 50. Trap 50. Ready, ready?
Here we go. One final play. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's a win here for the Ravens. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory.